My infertile Sil attacked me at my baby shower and was arrested. She wants to meet my daughter months after losing her own. I've married 34-year-old Sam for 7 years. I met you at a friend's wedding in 2016. Sam was groomsman, I was bridesmaid. We clicked immediately as we were paired to walk down the aisle. We laughed and spoke throughout the reception after the ceremony. Later that night we exchanged numbers and booked our first date. After that, our relationship accelerated. We shared a love of hiking, true crime podcasts, and a desire to have a family. After 1 year together, in the evening, Sam proposed on our favorite trail. We had a gorgeous fall wedding with our closest friends and family 6 months later. From the outset, we wanted kids. We tried for a kid soon after our honeymoon. It started exciting. We joke about giving the baby Sam's dimples or curly hair. After months without a positive pregnancy test, elation turned to worry. Every effort was made to improve our prospects. I started religiously charting my ovulation, and we changed our lifestyles. Sam quit smoking, a college habit. I quit my favorite morning coffee. With the goal of getting in shape, we joined a gym, but nothing occurred. After 2 years. After failed attempts, we saw a reproductive doctor. We underwent several tests by Dr. Anderson. We experienced our most anxious weeks while waiting for findings. Finally, the results were frustratingly inconclusive. We had no explanation for our infertility. Dr. Anderson said it takes time and to keep trying. This is when Sam's younger sister Rachel, 29F, married her 31M college sweetheart. Their wedding was beautiful, and I envied Rachel as she threw her bouquet, giggling about how she and Jack would have a kid next. I had no idea how special that day would be for us. Life. We were increasingly isolated from friends and family as our infertility progressed. We saw everyone have babies easily. Social media was full of pregnancy announcements and infant photos. They all hit me in the belly. We stopped accepting baby shower and first birthday party invitations because they were too hard to attend. It took 5 years, but it happened. I was a week late, but I was afraid to take a test to avoid disappointment. Sam finally bought a pregnancy test and made me use it. The 2 pink lines made us cry with excitement. For certainty, we needed 5 more tests. Our background led us to announce the pregnancy at 12 weeks. The weeks spent. Concealing our secret was thrilling and terrifying. I panicked at every discomfort or tingle, believing something was wrong. After seeing our baby bean dancing on the screen during our 12-week ultrasound, we decided to express our delight. During family dinner, we announced our pregnancy. Sam's parents' annual summer cookout appeared perfect. After breaking the news, the response was enormous. Sam's father hugged him as his mother cried happily. My parents couldn't stop smiling. I will always remember that amazing moment. Rachel's reaction stood out despite the joy and congratulations. She sat silently while everyone else rejoiced. When she came up to congratulate us, her hug was stiff and her smile was blank. I assumed she was shocked by the news and ignored it. As I grew pregnant, we started planning our baby's arrival. The walls of our home office were painted mint green to make it a nursery. Our full-day celebration included pizza and non-alcoholic drinks with Sam's father's help erecting the crib. My mother and I spent weekends searching thrift stores for unique vintage-inspired baby clothes. Rachel behaved oddly throughout this time. She rarely asked about the pregnancy and usually had negative things to say. After seeing my grandmother's hand-knitted blanket, Rachel felt it was a shame to put so much work into something that would probably get spit up on. We tried to incorporate Rachel with the pregnancy, despite her attitude. We revealed we were having a daughter to her and Jack at our gender reveal party. Rachel arrived late, barely talked, and left early, citing a headache. As the due date came, Sam's mother offered a baby shower. Her offer touched us, and we accepted. Our house was full of family and guests on shower day. Everyone congratulated our upcoming baby girl. Rachel was irritated when she came an hour late. She gave me a gift and went to the food table silently. She criticized the decorations, games, and gifts throughout the celebration. I heard her tell Jack the situation was unpleasant and overdone. Things got worse during present exchange. As I unwrapped each present and thanked the benefactor, Rachel's face darkened. Rachel shouted, "This is so unfair," when I unwrapped her gift, a basic white onesie. The room went dead. She moaned about life being unfair, how she'd been trying to conceive for years, and how she deserved to be a mother more than me. Everyone was surprised when she took the cake knife from the table and attacked me. Thank God Sam's quick reflexes saved the day. He grabbed Rachel's arm before she reached me. During the chaos, someone called the police. Rachel was arrested for attempted assault, ending the baby shower. Shaken I was. Unbelievable, my sister-in-law tried to hurt me and possibly my unborn child. Sam was upset, worried about me and amazed by his sister's actions. Jack asked us not to press charges after the incident. He revealed that Rachel was emotionally unstable due to infertility and sadness. But Sam and I couldn't ignore this. Rachel should be held accountable for her acts, thus we filed charges. Rachel is in jail awaiting trial. Our family is split. Some family members think we're too harsh and should drop the charges for peace. Others agree with us that Rachel's actions were terrible regardless of her mental state. I feel guilty. Did I overreact by enjoying my pregnancy while Rachel struggled? Should I have felt sorry for her? But then I remember how she endangered me and my pregnant child, and I feel right about our decision. Ida, why did you arrest my sister-in-law during my baby shower? Update 1: Much has changed since the baby shower event a month ago. First and foremost, thanks to everyone for their help and advice. Your kind words have comforted our family during a difficult time. Rachel's trial was slated for next month, but things changed. About 2 weeks ago, Jack called Samantha, seeking a meeting to discuss the issue. A neighborhood coffee shop that Sam and I used to frequent when we initially started dating was our neutral meeting spot after some apprehension. After arriving, we found Jack and Rachel's parents. Linda, Rachel's mother 58F, immediately begged us to drop the charges. Rachel was taking medicine and attending therapy for severe sadness and anxiety, she said. Linda said Rachel shouldn't be in jail. Needed help, not punishment. I thought about Sam and Rachel's early days while Linda spoke. When Sam introduced me to his family, Rachel was warm. We even became friends, going shopping and enjoying girls' nights with champagne and rom-coms. Rachel's knife attack on me was hard to believe. Jack then revealed Rachel's pregnancy. They were having IVF, and their latest attempt was successful. Jack claimed Rachel learned a few days before our baby shower, but she was too upset to process it. He blamed hormones and mental illness for her outburst. I was surprised. Part of me could relate. I realized how overwhelming those emotions must have been with Rachel. Some part of me couldn't get over my fear as she approached with the knife. I remember her steely eyes. Rachel is so different from my expectations. I and Sam withdrew ourselves to address the issue alone. We walked to a nearby park where we used to have picnics since we started dating. We felt overwhelmed by the decision as we sat on a bench. We couldn't decide. Rachel was going through a tough time and needed help. She and I recalled our years of friendship, holidays, and secret jokes. Her actions threatened me and our relationship. Pregnant kid, and we thought she should pay. After a lengthy discussion, we agreed to discuss a plea deal with our lawyer. We didn't want to drop the charges, but we were willing to find a way to help Rachel while holding her accountable. Jack and Rachel's parents appeared relieved when we expressed our ideas in the coffee shop. We received tremendous applause for considering alternatives to jail time. Linda hugged me, crying, and I remembered happier times with this family. As we left the coffee shop, I felt several things. I was upset, but I had hoped that our family could recover. Sam held my hand as we headed to our car, and I knew we'd face whatever occurred together. We discussed our options with our attorney the next day. A plea bargain could force rehabilitation, she added. Community service and probation will replace jail time for Rachel. We continued this technique. Jack made another surprise call later that week. Rachel was hospitalized for pregnancy complications. Stress from the trial and mental illness had harmed her physical and mental health. Jack sounded exhausted and scared over the phone. He told us Rachel was bleeding and could lose the baby. I felt conflicted as he spoke. Even after everything, I would never wish pregnancy loss on anyone, especially Rachel, who had been trying for so long. Our situation is dire. Rachel's illness postponed the trial, leaving us wondering if we were too severe. Not tough enough? A thin balance between justice, compassion, and familial devotion, and I'm not sure we're doing it right. After all of this, Sam and I have talked a lot about fatherhood. As we take parenting classes, we realize how much responsibility we're about to take on. It has increased our determination to keeping our kids secure and stable. I'll update you. Again, thank you for your support during this trying time. Report 2: Rachel's situation has changed in the 3 months since my last report. I apologize for the delay, but things have been difficult. First, I gave birth to our darling daughter. 6 weeks ago, Lily. Rachel's current situation is stressful, but Lily and I had a good birth. Sam is a great parent, and we're adjusting to a newborn. Emotions swirled the night Lily was born. Everything happened quickly when my labor started 2 weeks early. Sam held my hand and encouraged me during the surgery. I'd never heard a more wonderful sound than Lily's first cry. Holding her for the first time, I felt unimaginable love. We were happy new parents at the hospital for the first several days. After learning about Rachel, reality hit us hard, like I said in. As previously reported, Rachel was hospitalized for pregnancy issues. Rachel lost her baby at 16 weeks, despite her doctor's best attempts. It devastated her and Jack. The whole home was shaken. The news from Sam is still fresh in my mind. Lily was sleeping in her bassinet in our hospital room. Sam's cheeks paled as he recounted his parents' news. Falling heart. Despite our history, I would never wish that suffering on anyone. Rachel's. The disaster worsened mental health. Intensive psychiatric care was given to her. The facts convinced our counsel that pursuing the claims now would likely harm all parties. Sam and I dropped the claims after much discussion. It was difficult, and I'm still undecided. We realized Rachel needs care, not legal punishment, after seeing her in such a vulnerable circumstance. We informed Jack and Rachel's parents of our conditional choice. Therapy and therapies must continue for Rachel. She cannot touch us or Lily unattended until her therapist approves. They promptly accepted these terms. Family opinion on our option is split. His parents are relieved and grateful, believing. This starts rebuilding our broken family. I remember Linda's gratitude when we told her our decision. She hugged us, crying. However, my parents worry that we are too liberal and could have problems with Rachel. My father was furious. He reminded me of Rachel's behavior during my pregnancy, which caused worry and tension. He finally understood our message after a long conversation. So Sam and I are focusing on our new life with Lily. Our home security has improved with cameras and an alarm system. It may seem paranoid, but after what happened, it's necessary for our peace of mind. Jack updates us on Rachel's progress. The woman stays. Regretted her conduct. I felt strangely mixed when Rachel held Lily for the first time. Her tenderness with my child reminded me of our deep connection. I kept seeing her brandishing a knife at me. I tensed up whenever Rachel moved, even though I knew she wouldn't hurt Lily. I appreciated her apologies but hesitated to accept them. She ran at me with a knife I'll never forget. Sam seemed more open to forgiving, although he was still guarded. Rachel remained with Lily throughout the visit, under his watch. 2 more monitored trips have occurred since then. Everyone gets a bit better, but I'm still not comfortable leaving Lily with Rachel. Jack attends our regular visitation at Sam's parents' house. Neutral place calms everyone. Jack has been invaluable during this process. He is always present during visits and will promptly remove Rachel if she is upset. He and Rachel have been in therapy to repair their relationship and grieve their child. Family life is slowly returning to normal. Although they respect our boundaries with Rachel, Sam's parents are pleased to be together. Linda's eyes light up with relief whenever we in the same room without incident. Sam's father is a peacemaker, usually ready with a joke or a change of topic when passions rise. My parents are skeptical but trying for Lily. They've joined us for family events, but I can tell they're always watching Rachel. Rachel is especially watched by my mother around Lily. Even though it sometimes makes me anxious, I appreciate their guardianship. I have mixed feelings about everything that's happened. I'm glad Rachel is getting help, but I wonder what would have occurred if we had caught her issues earlier. Could we have avoided this with increased vigilance? Some nights I lie awake, reviewing every interaction we had in the months leading up to the baby shower for clues. I've also learned about limits and prioritizing my family's safety. I also understand mental health disorders and how they influence families better. It has deepened my empathy for Rachel and others fighting silently. We remain cautiously optimistic for now. Lily's best interests are being considered with Rachel. Interests in mind. I doubt our relationship with Rachel will ever be the same, but we're curious where this next chapter leads. Sam's parents hosted our family supper last week. It was awkward and tense, but it was the closest we'd come to normal in over a year. Rachel helping Sam's mother in the kitchen or laughing at Jack's jokes reminded me of my sister-in-law. It gives me hope that we may develop a new family dynamic with time and persistence from all sides. Sam and I have become closer during the experience. We've learned to trust one another more and share our anxieties and hopes. Tonight, as we lay Lily to bed, I am reminded of our blessings. Thanks for following our story and supporting us at this difficult time. Your advice and support were crucial. I appreciate the support here and hope to never have to discuss such a difficult topic again. This taught me that recovery is possible, even in the most unexpected circumstances.